Greetings, YouTube. Happy Friday. It is an exciting day to be part of the community because it is a Friday. It feels like just yesterday, but it's already been a couple weeks that Cyber Week was upon us, and the Act 8 Chapter 2 beta has officially started running as a minute ago. So this will be my login screen for the next 10 days. And let's see if there's anything worth discussing on the main game. Well, what do you know? We have Fight the Multiverse, Alpha Basics Bundle, and then 2 different beta access granted messages. And I will be keeping everybody informed. I will say this. Look, let's not try to pretend I am what I'm not. People don't come here, so I give you the best skill set to beat Act 8 Chapter 2. I will do my best to give you some feedback because I'll be entering the beta and discussing it. But other than that, I trust everybody that you all trust. I trust KT1. I trust Brian Grant. I trust Legacy, Karate Mike, countless others. By the way, I always just try to say who pops in my head. I'm not trying to ever throw shade at somebody if I leave them off of the shout-out list. I view a lot of these people that I've met as friends. I don't know if they would say the same thing about me, hopefully, but no matter what, it's like you have colleagues at least, and you want to support your colleagues and their channels because, as I always say, the more voices you have in a community, the healthier that community is going to be. So we have a Alpha Basics Bundle. It is the first time that we've really seen one of these since Cyber Week. This is half of a Tier 6 Basic and half of a Tier 3 Alpha. I believe that these are worth about $50 collectively for a fully formed. So once again, the price has gone up by $10 on average. Now, you'll have people in the forums who say, Prof, that is dishonest because it is not just Tier 6 Basic and Tier 3 Alpha included in this. It's also Tier 5 Basic and Tier 2 Alpha. And while that is true, if you want to add something that's a lot more valuable at this point in the game, you'd be adding Tier 5 class catalyst selectors, even if it's just a 25% Tier 5 class catalyst selector. Given the catalyst store and the value that's now in that, I believe that is going to be more of a demand than Tier 2 Alpha and Tier 5 Basic, which if you were to look at my stash, you would see that I have 19 Tier 5 Basic in the overflow, and quite jarringly, I have 68 Tier 2 Alpha. Now, I can do a little bit of that, of course, from the Black ISO market with the conversion every week to 3-in-1. But that's it. I wish they limited now to. There's going to be a video that I need to post about improvements to the Black ISO store. And one of them is going to be exactly that. It's going to be just upping some of these inventory limits because that is quite disappointing and jarring to see that we have so much in our inventory and they've advanced kind of silently in inventory one of the two things, but not the other. This needs to be 0 out of 2. This needs to be up to 6. It's a no-brainer. I don't think it's going to hurt the economy of the game. It's not going to make it unfair or something. And keep in mind that Kabam has done this kind of silently in the past 24 hours or so with our catalyst issue of both Tier 6 Basic and Tier 3 Alpha. You can see it's moved from 8 to 10 for both Tier 3 Alpha and Tier 6 Basic. But that's it. The rest still needs to be improved. I would even expand Tier 3s and Tier 4s. Because if you're paying for something, you might as well get more value out of it. And it feels like the only reason why Kabam did the Tier 6 Basic and Tier 3 Alpha was because of Cyber Week sales giving people a chance to have more than 10, and they didn't want anyone to have a chance to lose those items. But until they give us a chance to sell Tier 5 Basic for Tier 6 Basic and Tier 2 Alpha for Tier 3 Alpha, those items are still going to expire when they go off of your overflow. So the beta is now live. I would give this offer a generous C- maybe even a D plus. It is below average. It should be $24.99, or you should pay for one for $49.99. I think Kabam thinks they'll make more, probably, by charging $30 instead of $50, but you're getting less value, especially when there are no Tier 5 class catalyst selectors. Included is this as well.